Corey Holcomb goes in on K. Michelle. I don't know why she went on Cam Newton's show and thought this was going to fly. You know, especially not coming from her.
Anyway. We have watched the sister on Cam Newton's show named K. Michelle, right? That's her name?
Mm-hmm. K. Michelle.
I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the excerpt.
I could never watch the whole thing. I just saw what she said.
Which part?
Which blew my mind.
Which one? The one about the white man?
That too. Oh. What'd she say, D?
That's all I caught.
What'd she say?
Was when Cam asked her, do you ever date outside your race?
What'd she say?
And she said, that's all I want.
Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And then...
Did you see this, Craig?
But then I saw...
It's really...
But she doesn't get any heat for openly saying stuff like that from the community. Like, Dr. Umar would be on a black man's head if he was even to utter those words. As of now, Dr. Umar has not responded to anything she said in that Cam Newton video, but it gets worse.
Really bad.
What was it, Diane?
She really dogged out black men.
Yep.
I could show it, but I don't have to. But just trust me,
later, right?
she dogged black men.
Yeah. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. You can't call a woman a bitch, a hoe in Nashville, because they'll never even listen to your music, and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community do our men create real homes? And even talking, just our first time talking, and you said you didn't even mean for that to happen. Life happens. I'm not here to judge life. I'm looking at a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family, you know? Mm-hmm. And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, I got to tell my black men to really step up for black women and create families. Yeah. It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not a cool, they're not creating homes. They're creating babies everywhere. It's not cool.
This argument isn't factually sound. We've got a very small population of black men that are having children out of wedlock. Like, let's be honest. Stop with the narratives. That is one of the main problems in this black community, is so many stereotypes and negative narratives.
And I'm asking you, other successful black men, to be, you have to set an example as leads. The cute social media back and forth on black women. Black women are strong. Black women are where you come from, this and that. So there probably isn't any sympathy for you and just life happening, because there's so many other things around you going on that are not fair to black women. What is going on with the black family? We are consistently creating the cycle of kids who can't come home and see their daddy there. And they see their mama saying.
It's funny how that argument comes up, but 50% of the blame is not shifted back to yourself, K. Michelle. Like, it's easy to say that the problem is outside of you. But if you're not looking at the whole picture, how can you directly analyze what is happening? What is the root cause of this problem? And instead of calling everyone who speaks on the topic a person that is attacking you, it might be good to listen. It might be good to take a step back and listen. Well, you're going to have to listen to Corey Holcomb now. It might not be the messenger that you want, but it might be the messenger that you need.
Now, here's a heifer who done had her ass, titties, face, nose, everything done. Everything done. Ain't she done had some stuff yanked out before, too? Am I wrong?
Ribs,
was that her?
maybe.
Who was the girl who had something yanked out? Had her ass yanked
I
out.
believe that might have been her. Yeah,
Ass
that
yanked
was
out.
her.
Was it? Wow.
This is now. I said this
Oh, yeah,
when
she
I went
did.
on Cam Newton's show.
Got it removed.
Women with BBLs are insane. Women who stuff shit. Women who stuff things in their ass. They're in.
I can make an argument for that because that literally is body body mutilation. They have a sense of body dysmorphia, that the body that God gave them is not good enough. Once you start cutting on your body electively, there is a bit of psychosis that's introduced. There has to be. You know, Corey just saying it here, it's not taken seriously most times, but you have to think of the psychological implications of you destroying your body for what? You might ask, a purely superficial look. There's no medical reason to get a BBL. Ever. Think about that.
Women who stuff things in their ass. They're insane. They're insane. Now, I don't have to go into talking about K. Michelle because to everybody who has common sense, you see this woman is insane. She's sitting up here talking negatively about black men naked in front of Cam Newton. What she had on is not a dress a lady would wear. And she's talking about black men, y'all got to step up and all this. She is dressed like a slut, sitting on a couch talking to a man about other men, and she's dressed like a slut. Them look made in a lab titty is out. They out. You see this dress? Nobody could take her seriously except for people in her mental condition. Because they root for that. They want somebody to say something out of pocket. But I will say this. Now, this is what's going to get me in trouble, but I got to say it. My brother Cam Newton sat there and let her say whatever she wanted to say.
That's a fact.
And one time he said, I received that. Now, first of all, let me put this out there. I was in awe when I met my brother Cam Newton. When I met Cam Newton, I was in awe because anybody who know anything about sports know that this is a specimen. Cam Newton was one of the standout Heisman winning, and they didn't even like him and they gave him a Heisman because he was at Florida.
Right. He was good.
With Tim Tebow. And, you know, it was some little adolescent stuff that happened, if you ask me. I call that like when you get caught, it was something to do with a laptop missing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went to Florida first, Phil.
He went to Florida first.
And then he went to Auburn and won the Heisman because there wasn't nobody like him.
And the national championship.
No, he is a LeBron type of
NFL.
Yeah, NFL. He's the LeBron of the NFL for sure.
Don't be acting like I don't like my brother. But I got to tell my brother, listen, man, when you let them women have their way with you like that, it don't sit well, especially I was on your show. I said something that you didn't really agree with, and you act like it was the end of the world. You got that clip when I was on there? Hey, let me know if you got that clip and you could play it because, I mean, he let this lady, K. Michelle, sit there and talk crazy. I don't care if a be crying. I'm like, but you crying because you crazy. You got a fake ass, fake titties, fake, your nose been carved, your face.
Damn.
Look, when you cry and you didn't have work done on your face, you can't do this. That bitch was like, let me tell you something.
That's a lot.
I'm just saying. And she was allowed to dog out the brothers and act like we the problem. And everybody with common sense know we ain't thinking about this. But I'm saying, like, I'm trying to figure out, this is starting to make me wonder, why does Cam let these women come up there and say all this nonsense? But when Corey Holcomb said something, it shook him up.
That isn't.
Hold on. Do you got the video? I need this video. I need the people to see this. Can they hear it?
Non-monogamous relationship.
Play that.
Yeah, I remember this.
Now, there are celebrities who have accepted the poly and non-monogamous relationships. Some we know, Will Smith and Jada. But we don't like guys.
What if
We
the
don't
music?
like guys.
Oh,
How you
wow.
know? I live in L.A. Does that
You know.
Now, there are celebrities who have accepted the poly and non.
And he immediately said, "How you know?" Of course, all of this is alleged. Will Smith's got a song out now about how he likes pretty girls. I don't know what's up with this new music, man, but I did hear it on the Nokia beat. It sounded a lot better.
live in L.A. Does that? Oh man! And they
Oh, he went into this. Oh no,
Let me get to this part right here.
this clip is
Now you saw
terrible.
his disgust when I said Will like guys. Am I right?
Right.
Was it just me? I noticed it. He didn't like that.
Now, there are celebrities.
Now watch his response when the brother, because he did not interrupt K. Michelle from dogging out guys. In fact, he said, "I received that." Now watch his response when a man tell him he got pretty legs. You gotta watch this,
Because I
Damn,
because I don't want people to miss this.
a pastor at that. Jamal Brand.
And they lanolated.
Man, listen,
I mean,
I'm back working out.
You put shape. You got pretty legs, man.
Oh man,
And they lanolated.
man, listen,
I mean,
I'm back working out.
You legs, man.
Hey, that outfit look crazy too, by the way. Like, that was a bad choice.
Does that?
He's laying there with his legs crossed. He got his legs crossed.
And they
They lanolated.
Didn't get to this part
I
right
don't
here.
think that's the right word.
Now you saw his disgust
Lanolated.
when I said,
You got pretty legs, man.
It's laid back leg.
And they lanolated.
Man, listen,
I mean,
I'm back working out.
You legs, man.
Oh man.
And they
he said, "Oh man, hold on,
Hold
on."
on. Hold on.
I don't care how much in awe I am of you as a football player. I'm even, look, I give it to you as a human being. I'm not taking nothing away from you as far as it goes with being somebody who might be trying to do the right thing. But brother, hold on. If a man tell you you got pretty legs, that's an
You
insult.
gotta check him. You gotta check him.
If a man say to me, "Ooh, you got some pretty legs, they laminated," I'm not gonna say, "Oh man," 'cause that's what he did. Am I wrong? When the man said he got pretty legs, Kev said, "Oh man,
Somebody said he was
can we play it back?"
Somebody said he was blushing.
He was blushing.
Oh man.
and they
Oh
lanolated.
man, what the?
Oh man.
And they lan.
Oh man.
And they lanolated.
That's gonna be my new ringer.
I'm back
Oh,
working
man.
out.
That's gonna be on my cell phone.
Oh man.
And they
Oh
lanolated.
man,
Man,
You
listen.
have the you got pretty legs first.
Man.
You put Sheba. He
Oh man.
And they
oh
you put
man.
shape. You
Hold
got pretty
on,
legs,
man. Hold on.
And they lanolated.
Cut it off, because this is crazy. Now, when I said Will Smith like guys, it was almost like, how you know? It was attitude and everything. K. Michelle on the show, dogging out black men, he said, "I received that." When a man said to him, "You got pretty legs," he said, "Oh, man." See,
that is a cute
this
love
is the
video.
problem, Craig, Darlene, 5150 family. There are a lot of men in our society who got something to hide, and they
Wow.
don't like Corey Holcomb because I peep him. And it's not fair that the reason you have an issue with me is because you are hiding who you are.
Damn.
That's not fair.
He said that.
That's not fair, man. That's foul. Y'all dogging out your brother Corey because you don't want the world to know. Oh, man.
This has been a reoccurring theme on the Corey Holcomb show. He's questioning everybody. And you should. You should absolutely question everybody because of their motives and how things are moving in this business. And the people that are promoted and lifestyles and things like that. Because, yeah, that would have been a perfect time for Cam Newton. He would have been well within his rights to check the hell out of Jamal Bryant. To check him. Even if he thought Jamal didn't mean anything by it. Like, what do you mean by that is the question. And why wasn't that put out there? Meanwhile, Corey brings that up in his interview. He gets checked immediately. But then once again, K. Michelle gets to talk freely. She gets to say some stuff that's just off base, that doesn't have any merit. Like, why is she concerned with what black men and black families are if she's already said that she is divested from the community? You know? That is the problem here with this interview.
That ain't fair. That's not fair, man. I'm tired of being dogged out and told I'm messy and everything because everybody got secrets that get exposed. Do you know I am a man, homie? If you around me, I'm watching you. I'm going to peep you. I'm going to see what you did and what you done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. You could, look. I hope I ain't burned bridges with my brother, but I am bold enough to say what I'm saying because I feel like I didn't get a fair shake. I brought something out of you that had frustration attached to it when I said what I said about Will. I wish I wouldn't have said what I said about Will because I don't want to call out one person. That's not fair. Right. But
see, that's part of the problem is a lot of people live their life in this industry not saying what they see that's obviously in front of them. Not saying anything directly about Cam. Let me make that clear. But in general, in the business, there's a lot of looking the other way. There's a lot of accepting things that are obvious. And the people that are doing it become more egregious. They become more out in front by doing things like this. And a perfect example is Pastor Jamal Bryant sitting up there making a pass at a grown man, a 6'6" football player. That's when lines get crossed. And if people don't say anything about it, then I guess it's acceptance, you know?
We are in the motherfucking streets. I'm in the motherfucking streets. We see what the it is. We see what it is. We see what it is. That right there. Oh, man. That's the face. Look, I wasn't treated fair. I didn't do nothing but have an interview and tried to do the best I could do. I was so happy to see my brother. Look, I shook his hand like I was a little kid meeting a superstar. And I don't even do that unless it's sincere. I still ain't mad at Cam Newton or nothing, but I did peep what happened. And it's not fair. Don't get mad at me for speaking on what I see. And this man spoke on what he saw, and it was, oh, man. And y'all was in Atlanta. Now, look, all my real motherfuckers in Atlanta. yeah, but I'm just saying, it's time to stop hiding from who we are, because if you like men, I can't say that it's a good, godly thing to do. But being mad at men who peep you like men is not fair. It's so many guys that I know, they don't want to be around me. And I know what it is. I'm talking about, I know what it is. You never admit it. You always say it's something else. But you know, I know you moist. I know you moist. And I peep it. And you know I peep it.
Damn.
And you don't like me because of that. Not because I did something to you. It's just you know I know. What we gonna do in our community about the men who know that the real motherfuckers know? What we gonna
Right, K. Michelle ain't saying nothing about that. She ain't saying nothing about, you could say with the Diddy trial even, like, they're living alternative lifestyles. Like, and it's supposed to be this big secret. But yet and still, all the straight men are blamed for all their transgressions. And it's almost like, and this isn't even saying anything negative about the LGBT community, because a lot of these people that are living in their truth, that are honest and open about it, they're not causing these problems. They're not creating broken homes.
do? We get discriminated upon.
Man, it should be on their ID.
Craig, you're not gonna make it in Hollywood, dog, unless you use your light-skinnedness.
Man,
And you gotta keep wearing them shorts. You gotta laminate.
I got some shorts.
Craig got on shorts. Oh, Craig,
Double X's.
you going somewhere tonight? You gonna get showed. Somebody gonna walk up to you and say, "Oh man,
No, but let me give you some of that shade before you go.
your legs are laminated, looking like the mama on the clumps. They laminated. What is y'all talking about, man? What is y'all talking about, man? Look, man, it's not my fault that I can peep who you are. I don't tell on everybody who I know is.
They calling him Yam Newton. That's crazy.
Somebody say Cam gonna mess you up. Cam ain't gonna mess me up because I ain't got no problems with Cam. But I'm just saying, goddamn, I be on that goddamn shit. But look, what I'm saying is.
But the real thing is this: if a motherfucker accuse you of that, then you ain't. I'm not.
They say you're not.
That's what I'm saying. You think somebody ain't said that to me? One day somebody asked me, because I asked them, and the first thing I said was, no, never. Because it ain't never, I ain't got to lie about nothing. I don't.
That's how I responded when Corey asked me, remember he messed with me about
You ain't never messed with a girl before,
There
did
you go. Never. Ugh. No, never. No.
You ain't never touched a titty?
Going too much, D.
No, I'm not into any of that.
What about that? You let them touch your titty?
Never. Oh, God, Chris.
Never.
Never. Ever. Never.
You're going to have to hire more security when you go to Atlanta now.
I don't know why y'all acting like Cam gonna be mad. Cam, don't get mad at people. Watch what he did when K. Michelle was talking. He did not get mad. He said, I received that. Why can't he just say, I received that from me? She was dogging out black men.
Okay, I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw that one portion where she said that.
K. Michelle don't have a point of view. That's the difference.
I want both of y'all to get that off. Say that again, D.
I said I missed it. If you remember what did she actually say about black men? I just got the portion of a short that said the part where she was saying how she wants the.
She act like.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
Yes, that's all I would like to do.
Now?
Yes.
Okay.
I've always told my sisters to go where they are loved. And I've always told black women to be open to dating, even outside of their race. I love black love, and I would like that. But to see my African-American women sitting around waiting on a black man as he chooses whoever he wants to choose, I want black men to do, if they were a black woman, to build a black family. I'm not the girl that sits up there and looks at the black man when he date a white woman or date someone and say, ooh, you can't do that. White men love me. Like, white men love me. And that is just the
Once
truth.
you go black. I love that for you.
You do?
I swear on everything.
Tell me why you love that for me. Come on, friend.
I'm an opponent of happy. Don't tell me you married.
I think the word is proponent.
I'm not.
If you
out
can't
there
tell me that you're happily married, don't tell me you're in a relationship.
Oh, but they gonna tell you they married. I've been married, but you are miserable.
Yeah.
The black family is not intact because of black men. And she also pushed the narrative that men are supposed to be marrying them and all like that. She say, I come from all this. It don't matter where you come from, it's where you at. Right now, you're sitting on the couch naked talking to a man that you don't know nothing about.
Wow.
That's where you at. I heard she got a son that graduated college. Congratulations. But did you raise him or did you drop him off over there at your people's house? Because I can't see nobody who grew up under you being sane at all. When you change your whole body, you hate God. You didn't just change your ass. You didn't just change your titty. You change your nose. Blisters be changing their nose too, but I'm just saying, you changed, you got too much work on you to be complaining about anybody. I don't think she's married.
That's where I saw her on. I just saw her on that show I talked about.
What show?
That dating show that they have. I don't know what channel it's on, but it's a dating show. It's the second season, and she's on it. And it's her. It's Tamar Braxton was on it.
Are you doing this to make me laugh?
No, I actually talked
You know why
about
she's
it. It
doing
was
that?
a
You
show.
bringing a
Another
whole
one.
lost tribe of women out your
Wait,
mouth.
wait, and then it was
Who
a
else?
girl.
I bet it's one more, and I know she ain't gonna be
lost
shit.
It
tribe.
was Ocho Cinco's ex.
That's what I'm saying. Look at this.
Evelyn.
I didn't know that about them, but I know
Evelyn, whatever.
them women flock together.
Damn, that is kind of crazy to have all of them on the same show, man. That is insane. But I think Corey said what needed to be said in both situations. People should be open to hear criticism if they're willing to put out criticism into the world. If they want to see a community healed, we got to talk about it all. We got to talk about everything that's happening in this community. There's so many red flags that happen in this episode that he talked about. But I don't think people are ready to have that conversation for real. Because, it always comes back to blame. It always comes back to pointing the fingers at men. These men are doing this. These men are doing that. But what about the full story? What caused those conditions? Let's be honest, 70% of women file for divorce. So if you're not married, there's probably a higher percentage of women that are leaving in these situations. Broken homes just don't come out of thin air because a man just Papa was a Rolling Stone. That is actually probably the minority. Most men, most black men in particular, want to be in their children's lives. So why aren't we talking about that? Why aren't we doing a scientific analysis about what's really happening? What is at the core of this? And this is in the psychosis of men too. Why are some men only attracted to BBL bodies that look ridiculous to a regular man? You know what I'm saying? That is not the goal. We really have to analyze some things in the black community right now because there's a lot of self-hate. There's a lot of untreated trauma. And then looking to another community and thinking that that is the solution for your problems. That doesn't get talked about in Dr. Umar's speeches. His speechifying. And shout out to Dr. Umar. I did hear some bad stuff that happened to his school that somebody came in and vandalized and tore it up. So, I don't wish that on the brother at all. I wish him a full recovery, whatever he needs to get it done. But yeah, interesting talking points. And some people say, why do you do Corey Holcomb reactions? Because there's something deeper in the conversation that comes from this. There's a wider reach that comes from putting things in a comedy wrapper. How do we get to have these discussions if there isn't a vessel? If there isn't something to reach you? Anyway, let's talk about it in the comments. This is Falsetto Media, lanolated.